Hello, friends, and welcome back to lesson number 5. This is inclusive growth, and this is the fourth video of this lesson. In the previous videos of this lesson, we have studied about the definition of inclusive growth, what it means, what are the features of inclusive growth, what are the various challenges to achieve inclusive growth in our country. In this video, we are going to focus upon the strategies that are that can be adopted to achieve inclusive growth in our country. Okay, so basically, as you know, that inclusive growth is a process where economic benefits are ensured for every section of society. Inclusive growth means reducing the inequality, right? So these are the various things that you need to keep in mind about inclusive growth. One is that economic benefits for everyone, then reducing poverty, inequality, etc. Okay, then reducing the regional disparities, right? Equal opportunities. So these are the various things that are present in inclusive growth that we should keep in mind, and also sustainable development. Okay, so these are some of the things that we need to understand. So when we talk about sustainable development, it basically means intergenerational equity. Okay, so achieving the intergenerational equity so that the resources that are present can be conserved for the future generations also. So all this comes under inclusive growth. Now India is a very diverse country. It has a very diverse socio-economic landscape, and therefore we need a multi-pronged approach. Okay, this is a key word here, multi-pronged approach, that addresses immediate concerns and lays the foundation of long-term transformation. So definitely when we talk about inclusive growth, we need to think from a very broad perspective. So there will definitely be some measures that can be taken immediately and which can address some of the immediate problems, and there will be some of the measures which will address the problems in the long run, basically sustainable solutions, okay, which can give a better society in the long run, or these strategies which will work in the long term and not immediately. So in this particular video, we are going to focus on the short term strategies first. Short term meaning which can be implemented and which can show results within 1 to 5 years. Okay, so basically 1 to 5 years meaning that that 5 year is also a year of number of years for a political cycle. So a government stays in the country for 5 years, so it can adopt these strategies so that the results can be seen within the tenure of that government itself. So we'll discuss about short term strategies first. Now these are quick impactful measures to bridge the existing gaps, to provide find immediate relief and to the marginalized sections. Okay, so these are the short term strategies. Now what is the first short term strategy that we are going to see is employment generation and livelihood support. This is something which is immediate, because if we give employment to the people, it means you are reducing poverty. Okay, you are reducing poverty and you are giving livelihood to the people, some money in the hands of the people. So this is a short term measure which can immediately show impact. Now in order to generate employment, we need to have skill within the people, because if there is no skills, then employment is not possible. So skill development programs can lead to employment generation. So we need to expand the initiatives like PMKVY, which is Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana, okay, which can enhance the employability, particularly in rural and semi-urban areas. So under Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana, we have seen this previously also. It is basically a skill development initiative of the government, whereby youth, women, youth are trained in various marketable skills which can give them immediate employment, especially in rural and semi-urban areas. So this can generate employment immediately. Then giving microfinance and support to MSME sector. Microfinance meaning giving credit or loan of small amount. Okay, small amounts. So that is microfinance, because small businesses like vendors, street vendors, or chai walas, or any small woman self-help group also which is starting a small business like papad making, achar making, agarbatti making, etc., or dairy farming, they need very small amount of loans. So microfinance if given to the people, then they can do their business in a better way, which can again generate employment, because most of the times people are not able to do business because of lack of finance, because of lack of credit. So giving them finance and giving support to MSMEs, support meaning one support is definitely the financial support, okay, finance support, like giving them credit, interest subvention, then also giving them some regulatory support, okay, then like giving them some clearances, single window clearance, etc., giving them some waiver in licensing, etc. So basically increase funding and ease regulation for small businesses. So easing regulations for them so that they can do their business in a better way. For self-help groups also, to promote startups also. So these are some of the ways in which immediate employment can be generated. Then job creation in labor intensive sectors, we can promote manufacturing, construction and tourism to create employment opportunities for low skilled workers. So again, for employment generation. So this will lead to inclusive growth, because if employment is generated for poor people, for low skilled workers, then definitely inequality will reduce, poverty will reduce, and the benefits of economic growth will be enjoyed by all the sections of the society. Then the next one is to strengthen the social security and welfare. Social security meaning the pension and the other cash benefits that we give to the people, to the vulnerable sections of society. Scholarships, then insurances like medical insurance, health insurance, and many pension benefits, retirement benefits also that we give, and also social welfare, like various schemes which benefit the poor people. So in social security we see that there are pensions, then various cash transfer schemes. So cash transfer schemes meaning whereby we give pensions. So for example, there is a scheme called Indira Gandhi National Old Age Pension, then Indira Gandhi National Widow Pension, Indira Gandhi National Divyang Pension. So these are various pensions, like it varies from one state to the other, but it approximately like 1000 rupees per month it is given, or in some states it is 2000, some states it is 3000. So it varies, but that cash transfer is done to the vulnerable sections. Then there are schemes like PM Kisan for the farmers. Then the recently launched scheme in various states like Ladki Bahin Yojana in Maharashtra, Subhadra Yojana in Odisha, and which are there to ensure financial security for the most vulnerable people. So these schemes are there to ensure financial security, to give some cash in the hands of the poor people. Then expansion of the direct benefit transfer schemes. We have to ensure effective implementation of DBT in schemes like PM Kisan, Manrega, to eliminate middlemen and corruption. So DBT using technology again is a means to reduce corruption, to reduce leakages, thereby the benefit reaching directly the poor people or the vulnerable sections. Then food security, nutrition program, these are the welfare measures, like we give PDS, this is food through the public distribution system under Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Yojana. Okay, so free of cost food ration is given, like 5 kg per person in a family which has a BPL card. Again, this varies from state to state. There are various norms for this. But food security is a welfare measure. Then there are various nutrition programs also, like midday meal program for elementary school students from class 1 to 8 to tackle malnutrition problem. Then effective implementation of ICDS, which is integrated child development schemes, under which supplementary nutrition program is given to the children. So in Anganwadi Kendras, okay, Anganwadi centers, children in the age group of 3 to 6 years they attend the Anganwadi centers. So these children are given hot cooked meal, just like the midday meals in school. These children who are going to Anganwadi centers are given hot cooked meal in the supplementary nutrition program. Then under the supplementary nutrition program, the take home ration in the form of nutritious food, again it varies from one state to the other. It is given to pregnant women, lactating mothers. Okay, then in some states it is also given to the adults and girls also. Okay, so these are the various programs through which we ensure that proper nutrition is given to the children and to the mothers and to the women. Then the third strategy is through financial inclusion, digital empowerment, which can immediately show some result towards inclusive growth. So we have to expand the banking access. If we give people facilities like banking, they can access credit and various means of financial various different financial instruments. So we have to increase the penetration of Jan Dhan Yojana, strengthen the rural banking, because most of the rural areas, they are unbanked. So we need to give them some sort of banking. Then digital literacy initiatives are also very, very important, because if people are digitally literate, they can they can have better financial education also, and they can do online transactions, especially in rural areas. Okay, so digital literacy initiatives, they enhance digital education programs to improve financial literacy and online accessibility, especially in rural areas. So this is very, very important again. Then strengthening the UPI and fintech, which is digital transaction channel. Okay, encourage digital payment adoption for economic participation of marginalized community. And it is very proud thing for us that we are already far ahead of other countries when it comes to digital payments. In fact, in one of my videos, I have said that most of the digital transactions throughout the world happen in India. Okay, so we have gone far ahead in this, and it has definitely benefited the poor people also. And once it benefits the poor people, automatically there is a reduction in poverty, inequality, because people now have equal access. So ultimately it leads to inclusive growth. Then the next one is to improve education and healthcare. Some immediate improvements that can be done, like upgrade educational infrastructure, train teachers, provide digital learning tools in underserved areas. So this will definitely give a boost to the local economy, because if people are educated, good infrastructure is there, if they have digital education also, then definitely it can lead to inclusive growth. Affordable healthcare expansion. So we need to give them affordable healthcare solutions. So Ayushman Bharat is a scheme whereby health assurance is given to the poor people for 5 lakh rupees per annum. Quality and access is also very, very important in both healthcare and education, because even if there is infrastructure, there is availability of hospitals and doctors and also schools, but if the quality of education and healthcare is not good, then there will be no use. People will not be able to get benefited out of it. Similarly, access is very, very important. So people should have access to these institutions. They should be encouraged to go to schools. They should be encouraged to use the hospitals that are available. Hospitals should be checked if they are open, if the services are available, if the doctors are available. Okay, there is no corruption there. There is no, so basically the experience of the people should be good. Okay, now the next one is about agriculture and rural development. As we know that India is an agricultural economy. Most of our people are still dependent on agriculture and allied activities. Most of the people still live in rural areas in our country. So India cannot develop unless the agriculture sector develops or the rural area develop. Okay, so we need to bridge that rural urban gap. We need to bridge the inequalities that are there in agriculture, the latent unemployment that is there in agriculture. Okay, latent unemployment, this is a very, very big challenge again for the inclusive growth, because latent unemployment, I have explained this to you. Basically this is a disguised unemployment. Okay, latent meaning disguised, so it is not visible, it is seen that people are engaged in agriculture, but they are not needed there. So their marginal productivity is actually zero. So they are not adding any value to the agriculture, but still they are employed in that agricultural farm. So such people are called disguised unemployed. So this is again a challenge for inclusive growth. So we have to get people out of these sectors and shift them into another productive sectors like manufacturing and services. So for that we need to modernize agriculture. We have to provide subsidies for farm mechanization, better irrigation and access to high quality seeds. Then market linkages for farmers is very, very important, because if farmers are producing something, their yield should be marketed properly. They should get proper price. So we have to strengthen the ENAM. ENAM is basically the Electronic National Agriculture Market, for where the farmers can sell their produce online directly to the purchasers, eliminating the middlemen to help farmer get better prices for their produce. Then agro-based MSMEs can be promoted to encourage food processing units to create jobs in rural areas and reduce post-harvest losses. So we know that these food processing units are again labor intensive. So if we encourage this, then definitely jobs are created and post-harvest losses are also reduced, because if we promote these industries in the rural areas itself, so transportation loss etc. will be definitely reduced. So these are some of the important short-term strategies. In the next videos, we will study about the long-term strategies to deal with or to achieve the inclusive growth. Thank you.